The aftermath of Russia's vicious onslaught over the past few days is visible across Ukraine, but especially here in towns just behind the front lines. This is Ridinsky, north of the embattled city of Pokrovsk. A glide bomb ripped through the town's main administrative building and 3 apartment blocks. From the edges, we can hear artillery fire and outgoing gunfire from Ukrainian soldiers shooting at drones. Just in the past 2-3 weeks, things have changed on this front. The most significant advance that Russia has possibly made since the start of January. Many believe this is the start of the summer offensive to take. We hear a Russian drone and then another one making impact. We run to the closest cover, a tree. Above us, the drone continues to hover. The terrifying whirring sound of what's become the deadliest weapon of this war. Stay or come! Come. We've just run to safety inside a house here in Ridinsky. We actually saw a drone that was moving at really high speed, and we can still hear gunshot sounds, potentially drones being shot down. You can really see and feel the Russian advance here in the Donetsk region. It's changed, I would say, just in the past 2-3 weeks that we have been here. This is what it's like every minute for soldiers fighting this war. About half an hour later, when it's safe to leave, we speed out. By the side of the road, what is likely a downed drone. In a town further away from the front line, we see a row of homes destroyed by a missile overnight. Biletsky is now increasingly being hit, its residents exhausted. Alexander now forced to decide whether to stay or leave. I wish it would stop. No one needs this war. I've had enough, he says. But the diplomatic momentum to get the war to stop seems to have hit a dead end. And Ukraine is working to ramp up its arsenal, big and small. A soldier with the call sign Moderator is building the latest weapon to hit this war zone, a fiber optic drone. A spool with tens of kilometers of cable is fitted to the bottom of the drone. Fine and sturdy, the fiber optic cord is then physically attached to the controller that's held by the pilot.
It's really important because on our front line, the enemy has a lot of electronic interceptors, which jam all the frequencies, so we can't fly our usual drones.
Ukraine is playing a game of catch-up deploying fiber optic devices. Russia started using them months before Ukraine, the soldiers tell us. The chilling impact of rapidly changing technology can be seen in this recent video from the Eastern Front. A Russian drone chases an armored vehicle carrying Ukrainian soldiers. The jammers on the top could have neutralized normal drones, but not a fiber optic one. It flies straight through the back door and explodes. Transporting soldiers to and from the front is often deadlier than the battlefield. At a safe house just out of reach of drones, we meet Serhiy, who works in a mortar unit.
The terrain is flat, so there is nowhere to hide. And right now you can feel the intensity of Russia's assaults growing stronger.
The men prepare to deploy to their positions. As the war enters a fourth summer, most of the soldiers we meet are those who joined after the full-scale invasion began. Maxim worked in a drinks company. Now he's at the very front of Ukraine's defense.
There are times I've spent 30 days in my position. There was one instance when we didn't sleep for 3 days because the Russians kept coming at us wave after wave.
I ask how his family copes with his job.
It's very hard.
A soldier fighting for his country, but also just a father missing his 2-year-old boy. Yogita Lemay BBC News, Eastern Ukraine.